Hey yo, what up, what up, what up? So I want to speak about the ground mechanics, which is the new mechanic that we just got in the game one DLC ago. And it's a wonderful addition to the game, but I feel as though that this mechanic in which they've added is kind of restrictive or limited, if you will. You just don't seem to have the kind of freedom or the type of options that you do in air combat as you do with the ground mechanic. Now, the most obvious one is space restriction. I always speak about the red ring around the ground mechanic fighting arena or area because it just limits you. It doesn't give you that freedom that you have when you're fighting in the sky where you can either go up or down or left and right. Here, you're just restricted to whatever the stage that you're on barrier basically is. And the second thing I noticed was that you can't change your skill layout. Whatever your load is, that's just basically what it is. So they've given you what they want you to have, and you don't have an option to select anything else or to change it. That's pretty restrictive and limited to me, in my opinion. And lastly, you can't transform. There is no anything. Only thing you have is surge mode. It's completely different when you're flying in the sky. Like right here, look how much space you have to dodge the moves. There's so much more that they can do with that. So when it comes down to the ground mechanics, they have to open that up. And switching over, speaking about the restrictions, not being able to change your loadout of skills, I think that's one thing that kind of burned me out in the ground combat. And I'm happy that they didn't put too much of that in this DLC because you can't change the moves. So it's just repetitive. It's just repeating the same thing over and over again. So that's something that they have to give us as well. And lastly, you have to give us transformations. That is something that is very important to the game. That's something that Dragon Ball Z is built off of and that the fans expect. If you take that away from the combat system, then that's one big part that's actually missing, especially if the character has a transformation or multiple of them. So in closing, I want to say this. I love the ground mechanics. It's nothing of an attack or a takeaway from that. I'm just simply saying they need to open it up more and give us that same type of freedom that we have when we're having air combat. I think that that'd be dope. I personally think they're doing a good job with Kakarot. I would just like to see more. But you know how I go. Drop your comments down below. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, I'm out.